Sam and Nolan's pivotal moment reminds us why Law and Order remains legendary. The major question was how Law and Order would fare in a shifting television landscape when it returned for season 21 in 2022, more than 10 years after it had been taken off the air. While viewers flocked to shorter, more confined, character-driven dramas on cable and streaming, network procedurals were declining. However, the reboot has achieved a remarkable feat under showrunner Rick Eade, incorporating more intimate, character-driven arcs while maintaining the recognizable courtroom and case-of-the-week structure. As a result, the show feels startlingly current while also being loyal to its origins. One of the most heartbreaking cliffhangers in season 24's history occurred at the finale. After the DA's office was unable to achieve a conviction for another crime, Samantha Marone, Odelia Halevy, witnessed Carter Mills, the man she knew killed her sister, go free. Nolan Price, Hugh Dancy, who was already suspicious of Sam, asked her about whether or not she fired the shot after Mills was shot dead on the street in the film's final moments. Although the scene was unvarnished and memorable, the pivotal moment in the season 25 premiere was street justice. And it's that moment that demonstrates Law and Order's continued iconic status and positive evolution. Unlike Law and Order, which typically starts over every week with a new case, Street Justice continues off exactly where the season 24 finale left off. Rather, the case revolves around Carter Mills' murder, and everyone is watching Sam to see if she was the shooter. Although there is some preliminary evidence that suggests she is at fault, Carter's ex-girlfriend is ultimately found to be the true culprit. Although Sam's eventual acquittal is not stunning, I found the episode's emphasis on the unfiltered, very human emotions at play to be very noteworthy. It demonstrated the toll that Carter's actions have done on Sam and the strain this has on her relationship with Nolan. When Sam tells Nolan that she did pull her gun with the intention of killing Carter, it's one of the most impactful scenes in the episode. Ultimately, however, she halted herself, threw it into the river, and refused to cross a line from which she knew she would never return. Halevy makes the admission with devastating candor, and Dancy's portrayal reveals Nolan's inner turmoil. He is aware that she has every right to be upset, and she even assigns him some of the guilt for Mills' release. However, their relationship is truly defined by what transpires thereafter. Carter's ex-girlfriend Julia confides in Sam during a time of mourning, acknowledging that she lied in court. She had planned to assassinate Carter, so she hadn't merely happened to stumble into him that evening. Her self-defense plea is rendered useless by the disclosure, which also raises the possibility of the case being completely blown up. Nolan overhears the conversation and is left wondering whether Sam will come clean or keep the truth hidden in order to pursue the justice she has long sought. In the end, Sam does tell Nolan the truth about Julia's confession. However, she makes a different kind of argument, that they should still give the manslaughter plea deal, instead of using it to dissect the case. She only argues that fairness isn't the same as winning at any costs. Even though Julia lied while testifying, her fear, trauma, and desperation were genuine. It would only highlight the failure that began with Carter's freedom if she were destroyed in court. The relationship between Sam and Nolan is one of the best things to emerge from this new phase of the show because of this. The genuine and convincing connection between Odelia Halevy and Hugh Dancy grounds their disagreements and divergent viewpoints in genuine respect for one another. It's evident that the authors are embracing the human aspect of their work, regardless of whether this trust strengthens their bond as a team or exposes them to more serious disputes. Law and Order demonstrates once more why it's more than just another procedural, by accepting that vulnerability rather than providing simple solutions. Even after all these years, the show continues to develop and provide pivotal moments that are still relevant.